Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to say Barakatah Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai, Ba'asham Rukwah HaKadosh. I'd also like to say double honors to the apostles and elders of Great North and Naruwa. And salutations to the sincere Aki. I'm pushing this truth across the four corners of the globe with no due diligence and sincerity. Hey, my name is Awar Allah from the GMS London camp, and I just want to really start off this video by saying the apostles and elders of GMS have been, are, and will always be right, man, in the spirit, particularly in regards to what the RFID microchip is, man, the MOTB, man, spoken of in Revelations, the 13th chapter and the 16th verse. And before I even play this video, you know, because you already know what the topic's going to be, let's go to the scripture, man, in Revelations, the 13th chapter and the 16th verse, which reads this: and he calls of all, meaning everyone on the planet, both small and great. So a small man in the eyes of the people, someone like myself that people won't know in any sort of renowned, you know, just have a common name amongst the people, to someone great, you know, so-called great according to the world standards, whether that be one of these musicians, an athlete, you know, a media personality, a ex-president, whatever, of whatever country, rich and poor, you know, a poor man, man, a man that's just about getting by with daily bread, and a man that's got wealth and abundance, yeah, free and bond, man, someone that's literally free within the parameters of Esau society, not a free man technically, but, you know, be able to drive with a driving license, board planes with his tests nowadays, and you know, his passport, etc. And someone that's bond, man, you know, gets told when to wake up, when to have a shower, when he can exercise, etc. in prison, basically. So everybody to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So what John the Revelator saw when he wrote this scripture in Revelations, the 13th chapter and the 16th verse, is a system whereby everybody, regardless of their social status, their strength, their weaknesses, their background, whatever, was required to have a particular mark in order for them to transact, because it says to buy or sell. Buying and selling is the act of transacting. So that automatically cancels out the stupid suggestions of Christianity, white women and philosophies, and all of these other BS doctrines that these other camps push. But the word mark goes into the Greek word karagma, extending into karax, which is a stamp and imprinted mark. It even goes on in the blue letter to say of the mark stamped onto the forehead or right hand, and it doesn't necessarily have to be your right hand, as the badge of the followers of the anti-Messiah. What the mark is, the karagma, is essentially an awl, you know, a digital awl. You read in the law that if a Hebrew servant wanted to serve his master after his years of servitude was done perpetually, maybe he found a wife, you know, under the master who he wanted to stay with, or he had children, because the children would belong to the master, man. He'd have to leave his children behind and become a free man. But ultimately, if he found a wife and that, and he, you know, he wanted to settle with his wife and stay with her, he'd get an awl inserted into his ear and become a servant unto his master for the rest of his days, so he could retain his family and his wife and children, man. You know, that's in the Hebrew law. What Esau Edom was trying to do was bring a wicked alteration to that with a digital awl, which rather than going into your ear can be imprinted as a so-called brain chip or a microchip into your right hand. The technology exists in Sweden today. That's what you see Elon Musk pushing with the Neuralink. He's promoting the MOTB technology, man. And that's why the whole infrastructure is being built with contactless ATMs, where you could literally just, you know, you don't even have to put your card in the machine no more. You can literally scan it over the reader, type your pin in, and get money out. You got the Amazon stores. Tesco's got a new store now where you don't even have to have cash. You know, a lot of these sports stadiums are eliminating cash, and ultimately, Amazon's just brought a new thing, piece of technology out that reads your palms. You register your card with it, and then it takes technically reads your DNA. It reads your line patterns in your arms, in your hands, sorry, and your actual veins. It actually reads the veins in your arms, in your hands, man, and it uses that to allow you to transact.
Apple Pay, Amazon is trying to muscle its way into your digital wallet.
Amazon is ramping up its contactless payment system nationwide that works by scanning the palm of your hand right there. Kit Doe takes it for a test drive.
So the new payment systems have been rolling out across the country for the past year. Finally, here in the Bay Area, we get our very first one, and it launched this morning.
Now, again, man, when this technology comes to pass, because it will, because it's prophecy, Ezekiel, hey, man, then, man, you Jakes that have been taking the piss playing games are going to be in a fucked up predicament, man, because this is going to happen, whether you like it or not. For what if some did not believe, you know? In fact, let me just grab that, man. Why not? This is the book of Romans 3:3. For what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai without effect? Yahweh why Yahweh Shai forbid. Let the Most High be true, but every man a liar. As it is written, that thou mightest be justified in thy sayings, and mightest overcome when thou art judged. So is the Lord gonna hold back prophecy because of a nigger? Or because of a simple-minded spick, you know? Or a simple-minded Jake? You know, no. Prophecies are still going to roll on. The mark of the beast technology is going to come. Famines of biblical proportions are on their way, man. A time of trouble such as none other, as spoken of in Daniel's the 12th chapter, the 1st verse, is on its way, man. Hard times are coming, man. Judgment is on its way. Ezekiel the 9th chapter and the 4th verse is going to be reinstated, man. Ezekiel the 33rd chapter verse 33. And when this cometh to pass, all I've just spoken about, lo, it will come. Yes, there will be a day when you wake up and your FRN notes, your fiat notes are not gonna be worth nothing. There's gonna be a day when you wake up and you got a decision to make, whether you're gonna trust in the Lord and move in the spirit, or if you're just gonna succumb and take the beast potion and his mark, man. And when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come, then shall they know that a prophet had been among them. Because we're telling you, Jakes, this, man, and a lot of you are still in that lackadaisical spirit playing games, but that's because the Lord's put the blinders on you, and ultimately, your blood's going to be up on your own head, so that's your own damn problem to deal with.
You really gotta hand it to Amazon. Will you be paying with your palm today? For trying to put the future...
Will you be paying with your palm today?
Payments right in the palm of your, you know. Right there, perfect. It's called Amazon One, a new contactless payment system that launched for the first time in Northern California at their store in Santana Row. To sign up, first insert a credit card and then hold your hand over the special camera. It'll scan the lines, ridges, and even pattern of veins inside your hand. The algorithm then creates a unique palm signature. The whole process takes about a minute. And you can just hold your hand right over it? Tommy Alas was the first person in the Bay Area to sign up. What'd you think?
I think it was really cool, very convenient form of payment.
Did you hear that? I think it was very cool, very convenient. You know, this is the thing, that through the means of convenience, the fact that the contactless limit this month went up to, or end of last month went up to £100. Soon it's gonna be 250, then 300, and eventually £1,000, and maybe limitless, man. Well, not maybe, it will be limitless, because that's going to be the way that you're going to make payments. This is what we're telling you. The beast is integrating the system, integrating the 5G, and you simple ass Jakes are just sat there, just waiting for it to happen. That's why, hey, if not for the Lord, we would have been in Sodom and Gomorrah, man. God, literally, if the Lord didn't speed up the times, and if the Lord doesn't return, which he will, but if the Lord were not to return, Israel will be finished, man. Completely gone. We're only still here by the mercies of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And that's why we got to worship Yahweh Shai, because if Yahweh Shai hadn't died on that cross for us, we would have been finished. Through capital F, finished. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Of course, if you're in the spirit, you will. If you're a simple Negro, Spick, or Latin, then ultimately destruction is your future.
Quick and easy.
Liz Gonzalez thinks the new technology could come in handy. That was easy. There you go.
People like me, I'm very forgetful. I always forget my credit card or my watch, and now I don't need to remember to bring my palm.
Did you hear what she said? I forget my credit card, my watch, but I don't need to remember to bring my palm. You see how stupid these people are? You can't remember to carry a physical card? Like, what, a woman don't go around with a handbag and a purse or something? Like, this is the level of zombification. And yeah, I made that up, but these are the types of zombies we're dealing with in society nowadays, man. The Walking Dead. Literally, man. A metaphoric, literally, real soon, metaphorically speaking.
If anyone can get this
popular, it'll be Amazon. Ian Scher with CNET says all signs point to this new technology as being safe and reliable. In the past year, the company has rolled out the palm scanners to 60 locations around the country, including mobile ticketing for a concert venue in Denver and a number of Whole Foods locations. But for consumers, old habits die hard. The reality is that a lot of introducing new technology is convincing people to use it. And how much easier is it to use than just pulling out my credit card and paying that way? But we Americans are very hesitant to jump on this stuff. And so I am curious to see whether or not it's really going to end up going anywhere with us, or whether we're going to wait until some other technology comes along. In San Jose, Kit Doe, KPIX5.
And ultimately, some other technology is going to come. The chip, the microchip, man, which is literally inserted in you, which is a record of everything. So, for example, you pass your driving test, you don't have to wait for a card to be sent to you to prove your green card to be replaced by a pink one. No, they just update your records. They upload it into you, like, you know, in Matrix with Neo, where he learnt Kung Fu. They just slap that on your credit. You know, the guy might have a reader in the car, and he might just scan your chip, and then the next thing you know, you're fully accredited to drive. Oh, you're flying from England to Spain? Okay, yeah, sure. Well, you know, you got your air miles and your chip. Scan it. Yeah, we know who you are. Cool. Goodbye. You know, and reduction of queues. You just walk through and scan your chip and board the plane. But guess what? Yeah, you know, it might be convenient for your, you know, your earthly, what's the word, enslavement. But ultimately, the Lord ain't down with that. And if you're a Jake and you take that, man. Revelations, the 14th chapter, is your future, man. Our job is to tell you what's coming, whether you hear or whether you forbear. Ezekiel 2 and 3. And he said unto me, Son of man, I send thee to the children of Israel, to a rebellious nation that have rebelled against me. They and their fathers have transgressed against me, even to this very day. So the Lord told Ezekiel straight up, these jakes are hard-headed let's put it like that, for they are impudent children and stiff-hearted. I do send thee unto them, and thou shalt say unto them, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, power. And they, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear, for they are a rebellious house, yet shall they know that a prophet had been among them. So, hey, pretty much, man, Ezekiel got told, listen, tell them whether they will hear or whether they will forbear, because at the end of the day, if they choose not to hear, then guess what? Their blood shall be upon his own hands, their own heads. Ezekiel, the 3rd chapter, and verse 18. Verse 17, Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. And that's what we're doing. We're watching the enemy encamping around us, and we're warning our people and blowing the trumpet. But some of them won't hear. It's going to be worse than Masada. I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore, hear the word of my mouth, and give them warning from me. When I say unto the wicked, Thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his way, like the apostles and elders and brothers underneath them have been doing, to save his life, the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thine hand. And a lot of these false leaders in Israel are guilty of that. Yet, if thou warn the wicked, and he turn not from his wickedness, nor from his wicked way, he shall die in his iniquity, but thou hast delivered thy soul. And that's exactly what it is, man. This technology is here. If Jake is still playing games, you know, looking at this man like he's providing convenience, like he's here for your betterment. All right, you're just gonna have to feel the fire, and trust me, like my guy Bane said, the fire rises. Truly, Shalom.